What if I told you that your dreams, your goals, the things you've always wanted to slip away, not because you lack talent or ambition, but because you waited too long? The clock ticks, and with every second, you lose precious time. Time that could be spent making your dreams come true. You've heard before, time waits for no one. But do you truly understand the weight of that statement? Let me share a story. It was the year 1957 when a young man stood at crossroads in his life. He had the ambition, he had the talent, he had the drive. But there was one thing holding him back. He was waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for things to settle down, waiting for everything to be just right before he took that leap of faith. And then, one fateful day, he watched as someone else, someone who was just as talented but acted quickly, seized the opportunity he had been waiting for. That moment changed everything. That man, Jim Rohn. The lesson was clear. Success loves speed. You see, we've all been there. We've all told ourselves we'll act tomorrow. We'll start next week. We'll wait until the timing is just right. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. The world is changing at lightning speed. Opportunities don't wait around. People who succeed don't hesitate. They don't get caught in the trap of, I'll wait for the right time. They know that time is their most valuable asset. They know that the faster they move, the more ground they cover. Let me ask you, how many times have you put something off because you were waiting for the perfect moment? You told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, next month, or even when the kids are older. But what happens when tomorrow doesn't come? It's not just about taking action. It's about taking action now. Think of the people you admire, the entrepreneurs who took a risk, the athletes who went from obscurity to stardom, the artists who created something new and revolutionary. What did they have in common? They didn't wait. They didn't waste time. So what is holding you back? What is it that makes you hesitant? What if I told you that the more you wait, the further your dreams get from your grasp? Let's go deeper into this idea of speed. When we talk about speed and success, we're not just talking about rushing around, doing things haphazardly. We're talking about making decisive moves, moving with confidence, moving with intent. Speed is the accelerator, but wisdom is the steering wheel. Here's a shocking truth. Success loves speed, but it demands smart decisions. You can't just run in any direction. You can't just move faster without understanding where you're going. Speed without focus is reckless. It's like running in circles. But when you combine speed with focus, that's when magic happens. Let me tell you a secret. Do you know why some of the most successful people seem to achieve more in a year than others do in a decade? It's not because they're smarter. It's not because they have more time. It's because they move faster with their decisions. They trust their instincts, make bold choices, and keep moving forward. But here's the catch. Every second you hesitate, you let doubt creep in. And doubt, my friend, is the enemy of speed. Imagine for a second you're running a race. The person ahead of you isn't faster or stronger, but they're not slowing down. They're moving at full speed every moment, without stopping to second-guess every step. Do you know what they have over you? Momentum. The minute you hesitate, you lose that momentum. And once momentum is lost, it's much harder to build it back up. You waste time. You waste energy. You waste potential. Now, I want you to imagine something else. What if you made the decision to stop waiting? What if today, right now, you decided to move forward without hesitation? What if you took one small step toward your dream, no matter how scary it seemed? That single step, done with speed, could change everything. That one decision could be the beginning of the momentum that propels you toward success. You've been waiting long enough. Your future isn't on hold. Your future is in motion. The question is, are you moving with it? There's no more waiting for the right time. The time is now. The success you desire is waiting for you to catch up. Success loves speed, and now it's your turn to prove it. So, what are you going to do with this moment? Will you keep waiting, or will you decide to take action now? I want you to pause for a second. Right now, in this very moment, think about one thing you've been delaying. It could be something big or small. It could be as simple as making a phone call or starting a new project. And then ask yourself, what would happen if I acted on this today? If you want to succeed, you can't afford to wait anymore. The clock is ticking, and success won't wait. But if you act now, you'll find that speed isn't just a key. It's a lock that opens a door to your dreams. Remember, the race is already on. Time won't wait. Momentum waits for no one. And when you embrace speed with focus, nothing can stop you. Start now, act fast, and watch as success comes running to meet you. Imagine for a moment you're standing on the edge of a cliff. Below you, there's a vast valley filled with endless possibilities. But in front of you is a jump that seems too daunting to make. You can feel the wind on your face, the uncertainty in your chest. Your feet are frozen to the ground, and your mind is racing with doubt. What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if it's too late? These thoughts, these fears, are the whispers of hesitation. They are the very things that prevent you from jumping, prevent you from moving with speed. But here's the truth. The longer you stand there thinking about it, the less likely you are to take the leap. Speed is the antidote to doubt. The longer you wait to act, the more you allow fear to creep in. The more you overthink, the more complicated things become. When you hesitate, the world shifts, and you miss your window of opportunity. So what's the secret to breaking free of this hesitation? Decisive action. You see, the moment you decide to act without hesitation, everything shifts. Your mind stops overthinking. Your body stops freezing up. You start to feel a surge of energy, a wave of momentum that pushes you forward. The cliff isn't so high anymore. The jump doesn't seem so impossible. And before you know it, you're soaring. Here's the catch. Most people never take that first step. They stand at the edge, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances. But the perfect moment never comes. And so, they never jump. Do you want to know the magic of decisive action? It's something you may have heard of before, but never fully grasped. It's called the compound effect. You've heard the saying, small steps lead to big results. But let's dig into that a little deeper. What does it mean to take one small step today? What happens if you continue taking those steps day after day without hesitation? The compound effect is simple. It's the idea that small, consistent actions add up over time. Each step, no matter how small, builds upon the last. And before you know it, what seemed impossible becomes achievable. Think of the famous story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare had the speed, but the tortoise had consistency. The tortoise didn't worry about the hare's head start. He just kept moving one step at a time at a steady pace. Eventually, the hare lost focus, hesitated, and rested, thinking he had all the time in the world. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept moving forward with purpose. And guess who won the race? Speed is important, but consistent speed is what gets you across the finish line. Here's something that might surprise you. Fear is your greatest ally when it comes to speed. Wait, what? Fear is a good thing? Yes. You see, fear is what pushes you to act. Fear is a warning sign that there's something on the other side of this challenge that's worth fighting for. The key is to use that fear to your advantage. When fear rises, don't freeze. Use it to fuel your next move. Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine you're walking into a room for a job interview. You're nervous. You feel your palms sweating. Your heart is racing. But you don't let that stop you. Instead, you use that fear. You walk in confidently. You sit down and start talking. You take action. Why? Because you understand that the fear of not acting is greater than the fear of failure. And when you act, no matter how small, that fear begins to shrink. It loses its power. Speed kills fear. The faster you move, the less time your mind has to second-guess itself. The less time you give your fears a chance to grow. Now that you understand how fear can fuel speed, let's tackle the biggest enemy of all, self-doubt. Self-doubt is the silent killer of momentum. It creeps in, whispering that you're not good enough, not ready enough, not smart enough. But here's the truth. Self-doubt only survives in inaction. When you move with speed, doubt has no chance to take root. Think about it. Every time you hesitate, you give doubt more time to grow. You question yourself more. You worry more. But when you act immediately, you cut that doubt off at the source. Think of the most successful people you admire. Did they get there by waiting? No. They got there by acting with speed. Even when they didn't have all the answers, they trusted that moving forward would reveal the next step, and the next, and the next. You have to believe that you don't need to have it all figured out. Action will show you the way. It will help you grow. It will teach you lessons that waiting and doubting never could. So here it is, the moment of truth. You've been waiting for the right time, the right moment, the perfect circumstances to take action. But that moment doesn't exist. The time is now. Think about one small thing you could do today. One thing that, if done right now, could change the course of your future. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be done. What's your first step? What will you do with this moment? Will you take action? Will you step into the future you've been waiting for? Or will you stay stuck in the past? Remember, success loves speed. The faster you act, the closer you get to your dreams. The time is now. No more waiting. No more hesitation. Just speed. Just action. And success will follow. There's a secret that most successful people won't tell you. They face obstacles. Every single one of them. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't the absence of obstacles, but how they handle them. When you're on the path to success, it's easy to think that the road will be smooth, that it will be a straight line from point A to point B. But here's the truth. Success doesn't come without resistance. The road is full of bumps, detours, and unexpected barriers. And those who succeed aren't the ones who avoid these obstacles. They're the ones who learn to embrace them. Let me tell you something shocking. Your obstacles are your greatest teachers. In the past, I've heard people say, if only this hadn't happened, I'd be so much further along. But what if those obstacles are exactly what you needed to push you to the next level? Imagine a weightlifter. He doesn't grow stronger by avoiding weights. He grows stronger by lifting them. The more weight he lifts, the stronger he becomes. And the same goes for you. The obstacles you face are the weights that will build your mental, emotional, and physical strength. But what happens when you fail? When the weight is too much? When you fall flat on your face? Here's where it gets interesting. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Most people are afraid of failure. They fear it, avoid it, and run from it. But here's the thing. They don't understand that failure isn't the end. It's feedback. It's a stepping stone on your journey. Think about it. Every failure you faced, every obstacle that's knocked you down, has given you valuable information. You've learned something from each one, haven't you? Maybe it's how to handle rejection, how to overcome fear, or how to keep going when things get tough. But it's more than that. Failure is a gift. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you to adapt. It teaches you to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fall. And guess what? You will fall. The question isn't whether or not you will fail. It's how you respond when you do. What separates those who succeed from those who don't isn't the lack of failure. It's the ability to bounce back faster, to move forward despite the setbacks, to use failure as fuel for your next success. And that's exactly what you need to do. Turn your failures into stepping stones. Here's where it gets real. The world is changing. The moment you think you have it all figured out, life throws a curveball. And if you're not flexible, if you're not adaptable, that curveball can knock you down. But here's the secret. The key to overcoming obstacles isn't a fight against change. It's to embrace it. You need to adapt. If something isn't working, adjust your approach. If a door closes, find another one. If you hit a dead end, turn around and find a new path. Take the example of the most successful entrepreneurs. They adapt. They don't let failures dictate their journey. They use them to innovate, to rethink, and to find new ways of doing things. It's not about avoiding obstacles. It's about overcoming them by being flexible. Let me share an example. In the early 2000s, a small company called Netflix was facing serious obstacles. The entertainment industry was changing. The technology wasn't perfect. And people weren't sure if they wanted to stream movies online. But rather than giving up, Netflix adapted. They pivoted. Instead of sticking with the status quo, they embraced new technology, changed their business model, and completely revolutionized the way we watch movies today. And you know what? Netflix is now one of the most successful companies in the world. Why? Because they kept moving forward, regardless of the obstacles. Now, here's where everything ties together. I've told you about the importance of speed. I've shown you how to make decisions quickly and how to use momentum to your advantage. But here's the reality. You can't maintain speed without resilience. Speed without resilience is like trying to run a marathon without proper training. You'll burn out, you'll fall, you'll quit. But when you develop the resilience to keep going when things get tough, when you learn how to bounce back from failure, that's when the magic happens. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back after failure. It's about staying in the game even when it feels like everything is falling apart. It's about learning from the obstacles and using them to fuel your next move. Remember this. Success loves speed, but it also loves resilience. You need both to win. So, what's your next move? What will you do when you face your next obstacle? Will you let it stop you? Or will you adapt, learn, and keep moving forward? I want you to think about the challenges you face in your life. Think about the obstacles that seemed impossible to overcome. And then ask yourself, how can I turn those obstacles into opportunities? You don't have to face them alone. You have the power to adapt, to overcome, and keep moving forward with speed. The obstacles will always be there, but so will the opportunities to overcome them. The choice is yours. Will you move with speed? Will you embrace failure as your teacher? Will you become the resilient person you were always meant to be? The world is waiting for you. It's time to act. We've talked about speed. We've talked about resilience. We've even discussed how to overcome the obstacles that will inevitably come your way. But now, we're going to uncover the ultimate secret to success. It's something that combines everything we've discussed so far. It's something that every successful person knows. Yet, very few people truly understand. Are you ready for it? The ultimate secret to success is focus. Yes, focus. It's that simple, and yet it's the most powerful tool in your success arsenal. You can be fast. You can be resilient. But if you're not focused, you'll end up running in circles, wasting time and energy. If speed is the engine of success, focus is the steering wheel. Without focus, you'll end up driving in the wrong direction, no matter how fast you're moving. Let me put it this way. Success loves speed, but it's focused speed that wins a race. Think about the most successful people in the world. The billionaires, the athletes, the visionaries, they're all focused. They know exactly where they're going, and they don't let anything or anyone distract them from their goals. Focus allows you to channel all your energy, all your drive, into a singular purpose. It gives you the clarity you need to move forward with confidence. But how do you cultivate that kind of focus? Here's a hard truth. Focus requires sacrifice. You can't say yes to everything and still expect to achieve your biggest goals. Focus means making choices, hard choices, about where you spend your time, energy, and attention. For example, have you ever noticed how successful people seem to have an almost obsessive focus on their work? They don't spread themselves thin. They say no to distractions. They say no to the things that don't serve their vision. But here's the kicker. You don't have to say no to the things you love. You have to say no to the things that steal your time and keep you from what really matters. Think about your own life. How many times have you said yes to things that, in the grand scheme of things, don't move you closer to your goals? How many times have you been distracted by noise, social media, unnecessary obligations, or things that are simply taking up space in your life? Focus is the art of saying no. The more you can say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters, the more your speed will turn into progress. The more your progress will turn into success. But focus isn't just about saying no. It's also about saying yes to the right things. The things that will move you forward. The things that matter most. We've all heard the phrase, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And while it's good advice to diversify in some areas of life, when it comes to your dreams, your goals, and your vision, you have to prioritize. You can't do everything. You can't be everywhere. The key is identifying the things that matter most. The things that will bring you the greatest returns on your time, energy, and effort, and focusing on those. So, what is it that really matters in your life? What are your top priorities? What are the activities, the projects, or the relationships that will help you reach your highest potential? Ask yourself, what's the one thing I can focus on right now that will make the biggest difference? Once you identify that one thing, give it all your attention. Let go of the distractions. Focus your energy on what will move the needle forward in your life. That's how you unlock your full potential. Focus isn't just about sitting still and thinking about your goals. It's about inspired action. You need to take intentional, focused steps toward your vision. These steps may be small at first, but as long as they're aligned with your priorities and focus on your goals, you'll gain momentum. And just like speed, momentum is incredibly powerful. Here's the key. Inspiration is not enough. You need action. When you marry focus with action, you're unstoppable. Every step you take, every decision you make, becomes a deliberate move in the direction of your dreams. You stop waiting for things to fall into place. You make them fall into place. In the words of Jim Rohn, the major key to your better future is you. And the faster you act with focus, the closer you get to that better future. But here's the final secret. Even with speed, resilience, focus, and action, there's one thing that will ultimately determine your success. Persistence. You're going to face setbacks. You're going to hit roadblocks. You're going to stumble and fall. But the one thing that separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to keep going. Persistence is your refusal to quit, no matter how difficult things get. It's waking up every day with the same fire, the same drive, even when it feels like things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's doing the work, even when no one is watching. The true power of success is in your ability to keep moving forward no matter what. So, here we are. You've learned about speed, resilience, focus, and persistence. You've seen how these powerful tools can unlock your potential and lead you to success. Now, it's time to take what you've learned and put into action. Your future is waiting for you, but it's not going to wait forever. Ask yourself this. What will you do today to move forward? What small step can you take right now to begin unlocking your full potential? Are you ready to move with speed, with focus, and with relentless persistence? It's time to act. The clock is ticking. Your future is in your hands, and success is just one step away. Take that step, move forward, and unlock your greatest self today. This is your time. This is your moment. The journey to success begins now. Start today and make every step count. Success is waiting for you, and it loves speed.